ABC4 News, celebrating 75 years.
Welcome back. We are back with the latest on the Chinese surveillance balloon. Recovery efforts continue off the coast of South Carolina after an F-22 fighter jet shot it down. This evening, lawmakers on Capitol Hill now reacting. ABC's Justin Finch has the latest.
U.S. authorities continue to search for debris in the Atlantic Ocean after shooting down a Chinese surveillance balloon. The debris field extending for 7 miles in shallow water, about 47 feet deep off the South Carolina coast. The U.S. Navy is looking for a large bay of technology the size of 3 bus lengths. A senior U.S. official says the balloon was hit by a single F-22 firing an air-to-air missile roughly 6 nautical miles offshore. The military operation ending days of uncertainty and spectacle as Pentagon officials tracked the balloon's every movement at an altitude of at least 60,000 feet. The massive balloon made its way across several sensitive military installations as it flew over the continental U.S., including Wyoming, Kansas, and Missouri, before reaching the Carolinas, where it was shot down off Myrtle Beach. China calling it an excessive reaction, adding that it retains the right to respond further. On Capitol Hill, Florida Senator Marco Rubio tells This Week China's act was deliberate.
This is what they wanted the world to see, that they could send a balloon at 60,000 feet over U.S. airspace, over military facilities, and that we would be unable to stop it. And then ultimately, when we shoot it down, if we did, they would argue, look how they overreact to a weather balloon, which is obviously not what it is.
New Jersey Senator Cory Booker, who sits on the Foreign Relations Committee, praising the Pentagon's effort on Face the Nation.
I'm grateful that the military took decisive action when they did and how they did, but we obviously have issues here.
This isn't the first Chinese balloon of its kind. A U.S. official says China has a fleet of them. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
Now to new details on the shooting of a school teacher in Virginia, allegedly shot by her 6-year-old student in class. Emails obtained show the first grade teacher, Abby Zwerner, asking for help with the student's behavior in her classroom. She even asked to have him moved to another classroom. However, the student remained on her roster until the day she was shot in school back on January 6th.
3 times. School administration was warned by concerned teachers and employees that the boy had a gun on him at the school.
The teacher, Abigail Zwerner, has since been released from the hospital. The Newport News police chief also says school officials did not inform police about the gun tip before the shooting. Ski racers Mikaela Shiffrin, Travis Gannig, and the rest of Team USA will be wearing a race suit, bringing awareness to climate change at the World Championships. The mostly blue and white suit was designed in collaboration with the nonprofit organization Protect Our Winters. It features a design depicting ice chunks floating in the ocean. The World Championships start tomorrow and run through February 19th. To the war in Ukraine, at least 5 people were injured in Russian rocket attacks Sunday in the center of Kharkiv, Ukraine's second largest city. This comes after an American volunteer medic was killed in the country Thursday while helping civilians evacuate. ABC's Patrick Revel has more.
Russian rockets again slamming into civilian areas in Ukraine. Local officials say at least 5 people injured after 2 missiles struck the center of Kharkiv, the country's second largest city. One of the missiles landed near an apartment block. Another struck a higher educational building. Meantime, Ukraine's Minister of Defense warned his Western partners Sunday that if they procrastinate over the supply of aircraft to Ukraine, more Ukrainians will die. The warning as Russia moves closer to taking the eastern city of Bakhmut, where Ukraine is clinging on in some of the bloodiest fighting of the war. Bakhmut was where Pete Reed died, an American volunteer medic killed while helping civilians evacuate. Friends and family paying tribute to Reed, who was directing the humanitarian operation at Global Outreach Doctors. His wife Alex says he dedicated his life to others.
This type of work in Ukraine is what he really loves doing. It's what he's good at. It's what he's passionate about.
The 33-year-old died after his ambulance was shelled amid fierce fighting. Witnesses say the former Marine even saved a colleague by shielding them from the blast.
The idea of people getting hurt weighed heavily on him. So I think it just came very naturally to him. If there's a need, he saw it and reached out to help.
This young American couple was preparing to celebrate their first wedding anniversary in just weeks.
He was very action-driven, action-oriented, but with a huge heart, and he was so compassionate. He just wanted to help people.
Patrick Reevell, ABC News, London.
All right, well, still ahead, we have a live look at Logan Canyon. A lot of the snow's moved out from northern Utah, a little bit of a break. It's coming down heavily down south. We'll talk about when snow showers return to northern Utah mountains as well. Full forecast coming up after the break.